Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you see my face for the very first time, my name is Rashida. If you've watched my introductory video, you know what this channel is all about by now. Thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the requirements that is needed to come onto this MSc Nursing program. So for the sake of organization, I'm going to break it down into the requirements you need before you apply at all and the requirements you need after the application. So we have the before and we have the after. So the first requirement that is needed for coming onto this program is having a BSc degree. Yes, this program is for people who have a previous degree, who have gone through any type of program, but you need to have a BSc degree. You need to have a degree before you can come onto this program. This program is 2 years and it is not for people who have not gone to university before. It is not for people who are just leaving secondary school and want to study nursing. If you are just leaving secondary school and you want to study nursing, you will have to do the BSc nursing program, not the MSc nursing program. So for this program, you need to have a BSc degree. I've seen people come onto this course with BSc in geography, banking and finance, computer science, mathematics, different degrees. Just make sure you have a BSc degree. And with your BSc degree, you need to have like 2.2 or above. So you can have second class lower, second class upper, or a first class degree. The next on my requirement is the IELTS. Yeah, I know, the almighty IELTS. IELTS is the International English Language Testing System. And why the school wants you to take the IELTS test is because they want to know your level of English proficiency. They want to know how good you are in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So most schools will usually tell you they want an overall band of band 7 for the IELTS. We all know that the IELTS is divided into 4 parts, which is the listening, reading, speaking, and writing. So the schools that require an overall band of 7, they will usually say you can have a band 7 in listening, reading, and speaking, and you can have a minimum of band 6.5 in writing, which will give you an overall band of 7. While some schools don't really care, they just want you to have an overall band of 6.5. Another alternative of proving your level of English proficiency is having a minimum of a credit in your English in WAEC. But there's a condition to this. The WAEC has to be less than 5 years. So it's just better you sit for the IELTS test, get your required band, and move on. That's just the best. I can almost guarantee you that you are better off taking your IELTS test right from the onset. The next on my list on the requirements you need before you can come onto this program is clinical experience. So because you don't have a nursing degree, you need to volunteer or work in a medical facility such as an hospital, a nursing home, a rehabilitation center, or a care home. And while you are doing this work, you need to do it for some certain amount of hours. Also, the job description of what you were doing while you were in this medical facility will also be written in your reference letter, and it will be signed and stamped by a registered nurse. The clinical experience that you are going to gain will also be linked to your RPL. I'll explain what the RPL is later to you guys. So other requirements you will need before you apply as just part of normal documentation will be your BSc transcript, your professional reference letter, which you'll be getting from the hospital, your academic reference letter, which you will be getting from the university you graduated from, if you have been married, your marriage certificate, proof of change of name, such as a sworn affidavit or a newspaper publication, your WAEC, and definitely your international passports. Now that all your requirements are ready, the next thing you need to do is to apply to schools. The golden rule of thumb here is to apply to as much schools as possible. The more schools you apply to, the greater your chances of getting the admission. When applying, you also need to have at the back of your mind that this course is very competitive. People are coming from all over the world to study this course. And apart from international students, we also have home students, which are the British students. They are also coming onto this program. So you need to get everything you need for the application. Make sure it's ready. So you just start doing all the applications. Make sure everything you have is ready. Get everything set. I can remember I applied to like 6 different schools or more. Honestly, I think it's more. So I applied to a lot of schools and I was able to get admission from 3 schools. I will put a picture of my offer letter somewhere here. I got admission from Northumbria University in Newcastle. I got admission from Bournemouth University in Bournemouth, and I also got from Sheffield Hallam University, which I ended up going to anyways. So I've talked about the things you need before you apply. I've talked about the application process. So let's talk about the things that you're going to do after your application. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the interview. Yes, there's a video interview after you've applied. So they are going to send you time slots. You pick your time slot, and the interview is always performed via platforms like Zoom and Microsoft Teams. So the interview is usually 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. Sometimes it can also be 2 to 3 or 4 applicants. The interview is usually straightforward. So you just need to get yourself familiar with the NMC Code of Conduct and what is happening in the UK as regards the healthcare industry. Kindly drop a comment in the comment section if you want me to do an elaborate video regarding interview. I did a lot of interviews and I got like 3 admissions. So when it comes to interview, I know similar things that they might ask you. So just put it in the comment section if you want me to do a video on interview. So after your interview, they'll usually send you an email to tell you the outcome of your interview. So the outcome of your interview will let you know if you'll be going to the next stage of the application or you need to concentrate on other schools you have applied to. So let's assume that you've passed the interview. The next thing they are going to send you RPL, which is a recognition of prior learning, and that is the next requirement I'll be talking about. Usually, nursing in the UK lasts 3 years. However, the completion of your first degree and the relevant care experience you've gotten usually gives you a credit against your first year in nursing. So you now have to do year 2, year 3, and you become a registered nurse. The RPL is pretty straightforward and it contains some clinical proficiencies that you'll be assessed on. Your RPL will also need to be signed and stamped by a registered nurse or by a medical practitioner to verify that you were in this particular medical facility and you gained this set of clinical skills. So now let's talk about the fees for this course. For people that are home students, those are people that have their permanent residency in the UK or are British citizen, they'll be paying, on an average, they pay about £9,250 for this course. Apart from £9,250 they are paying, the government is also giving them a bursary of £5,000 for studying nursing. They are also entitled to other childcare benefits if they have a child. For the £5,000 bursary, they don't need to pay it back. It's free to them. For international students, the minimum I've seen is about £15,000. So some schools, some applicants are paying 15,000, 16,000, 17, 18, and I've even seen a school that their school fees is as high as £23,000 to study. So because you are an international student, you are not entitled to any bursary claim or anything like that. Nothing, you just pay your school fees gladly and you study. Most schools also usually give like a form of scholarship for the very first year. Yeah, for the very first year. So some schools usually give £1,000 or £2,000 scholarship for international students for the very first year. But the second year, you will have to pay your school fees in full. Also, in your first year, you can also apply for the school scholarships. Just look out for any scholarship that is available in your school. Check their website. The scholarships are usually available in the first year alone. So look at it and apply. As soon as you find out that you are that you are eligible, make sure you apply for that scholarship, because you never can tell, you might get it. So I've tried to explain the requirements you need to come onto the MSc pre-registration program. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like my video, share it, subscribe to my channel, subscribe, guys. Share this video so that the information can get to as much people as possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.